scavengers, often climbing mountains of garbage as high as 8 meters in the hope of finding a small fortune in the rubbish mountains, not minding the risk of being buried under the waste. And at the end of every working day, each of them carts away their finds, knowing that the day hasn't ended in vain. Fatai Kurumi, also known as Eriko, is the chairman of the Scavengers Association of Nigeria.
We formed the association through to pressure from the police, and secondly, to know ourselves much better, because there is a lot of names that they used to call people working in the dump sites. Some people call them thief, some people call them bola boy, such a name, such a foolish name. So that's the reason why we call ourselves to order, so we can form an association and be recognized by the government.
As population increases and waste composition become more non-biodegradable with high recycling and reuse values, the role of informal waste collectors becomes more necessary in the urban solid waste management scenario.
What we do also here, we still do a lot of resource recovery around there. We have a resource center at the back there where we do our buyback, plastic buyback, and we turn the plastic into the bin bags that you use, the bin liners that you use for a bag. We have the paper baling center there, and we have a tire reservoir where we're stockpiling tires that we're going to use for rubber mats and several other things. So this place is actually a heaven of a lot of resources that are being dumped there on a daily basis. To the outside world, they see waste being brought here. To us on waste management, we see resources being gathered there on a daily basis for use of today and for future use. As
a resource person now, I'm now a buyer. I used to buy and sell. I buy from the scavengers and from the resource managers and sell it to low market rate. Now that we've recorded appreciable progress in our waste collection activities, we know that recycling is the next stage, right? Is the next level that will continue to grow. And with what we've put in, the measures put in place, it's going to be a self-sustaining chain that will evolve on its own by itself. It's self-sustaining. I can tell you that I can't say any plan in this world is foolproof, all right? But whatever you're doing, it's work in progress. There will always be room for improvement. And the only thing you can ask is, how responsive are we? How prepared are we to really mitigate any loopholes we find along the way? I can tell you we are more than ready.
A close examination of municipal solid waste management in many developing cities, including Nigeria, shows that the present strategies are deficient and need to be readdressed. Rapid urbanization in the developing world, if ignored, can be a threat to health, the environment, and urban productivity. Cities are known to be engines of economic growth, but the environmental implications of such growth need a proper assessment, particularly in terms of environmental quality. The best strategy for limiting the potential health threats from waste are to prevent or reduce the amount produced. Following this, recycling and composting can both greatly reduce the amount of waste that must be disposed of. The majority of waste in most countries is made up of materials such as paper, glass, and metal that could be sorted and recycled, as well as plant material and food waste that could be used to create compost. Even wastewater can be recycled and used to irrigate and fertilize farmlands.
Waste from Mile 12, the Kosi Market, Awolowo Market, major food markets in Lagos. The end point of that product, they didn't want it. We are always waiting for it at our compost plant to convert it into fertilizer.
If the waste is not being used, where it will be on the roads, creating problems, apart from the immediate environment, for the entire environment, and over time for the whole population. And the authority looked at it that this is an avenue to put what as it were was waste before into good use, and that is why this technology was imbibed. And so right now, those waste from our markets that you would find just littering the place and being there over time, causing stench and all sorts of things, being injurious to health over time. We're talking about public health on the long run, is now being brought here, put into good use, adding value to it, and then it's useful for humans over time.
All the organic waste that we get, we use it to produce organic fertilizer.
This is where the finished product is processed. From the windrows outside that are matured, they're brought inside this building for the final processing. You can see the demonstration of how the tiller tills through the windrow. You can see the screening process is done. The windrow that is matured is cooked with a skid loader into the screening chamber of the screening machine, where the final separation is done. You can see on the right hand side is the grade A organic fertilizer, which has been separated from the windrow. At the left hand side are the non-organic matter that have been separated from this. So that is the process. The final stage is for bagging. When you touched it, you didn't feel any doubt in your mind that this is a grade A process. Taking it from the point of view of the waste you have seen outside as they come in and the end product, it has no odor compared to what you brought in from the market. So without any compulsion, you know that this is a grade A material. And apart from that, it has been tested to prove that it is grade A organic material. And the growth in terms of agricultural produce, we have applied it to test the growth mechanism, and the result has been very, very wonderful.
A plus in our own fertilizer is the instructive value in it that you can, that's why it's incomparable to any other fertilizer in the world. The other fertilizers, which I won't speak, but I will tell you the value of this. Each and every one of us understand the value of organic farm produce on the inorganic farm produce. Let us just go by that way. And health-wise, the family that are feeding on organic farm produce, you know how they compare to families that are feeding on inorganic farm produce.
People's attitude towards the environment is also of concern. There is a need to change the orientation of the people to know the effect of indiscriminate disposal of waste.
People see some of those junk as bad. You know, some people feel that it's just how it should be. You know, people littering the median with refuse as if it's Christmas decoration, and dumping in the waterways. Building facadely without any building plan approvals, building on the floodplain and all of that. But we're happy that some of these things are gradually changing, but it is still not totally over. We keep on discussing it, we keep on talking it, we keep on arguing. I engage people.
There is also the need for everyone to properly dispose their waste and always try to keep their environments clean. This is why environmental experts say that in order to effectively and efficiently handle waste management operations, every citizen should be made to understand that basic ecological principles must be applied if man is to achieve and maintain a symbiotic relationship with nature.
People feel they do not see anything wrong in lining the street with refuse, as if it was Christmas decoration. You just see it, I mean, it was horrible, you know. But now, if people see that, they feel that it's nauseating. That means that we have been able to change the perception of people to waste. So people now wait eagerly for our waste compactor to go, so that those who are adjacent to the road will take their thing and drop it on the median during daylight. They will put it in our trucks.
Better than ever before that there are too many wasting everywhere all the time. The man-made burdens on the earth's land, water and air are diminishing the natural ability of the earth to restore itself. It's not socially acceptable to impose the burden of our own waste on another person. And moving forward, it is time you started having a thought before disposing that waste. That's our program today. Thank you for watching. But our inbox, xfile@channelstv.com, for your comments and questions are always open. From all of us here, bye for now.